Alright, hey guys. Sorry about that. I got long-winded again. Imagine that, right? That never happens. And one thing, this thing is supposed to be set equal to 1, okay? And I know that's probably the first time you guys have seen, unless you did it in Algebra 2, it's probably the first time you've seen this completing the square twice. And, we'll do more and more to practice with that. So if that doesn't 100% make sense to you yet, that's okay because we're going to have some time to practice that. But now, given this standard form equation, what I want to do is find all of these different features of this graph, okay, and this ellipse. And what's different about this ellipse, I'm going to scoot over just a little bit. What's different about this ellipse is now that we have the larger number that's underneath the y part of the equation. That means that this ellipse is going to open up and down, vertically instead of horizontally. So find the center really quick. You change your two signs. Our center is going to be +3, -2. Change the two signs that are inside the parentheses here. So the -3 changes to +3, and the +2 changes to -2. And now the foci for this one, what you're going to do is take your center, and since the largest number for it is underneath the y, we're going to change the y coordinates. So it'll be -2, and then we've got to do plus or minus c. We got to go find what c is, and then after this we'll graph it. We got to go find what c is. C is 16 squared minus 4 squared, and you take the square root of that. 16 squared minus 4 squared, or I'm sorry, those things are already squared. That's already a squared and b squared. Don't square those things again. 16 minus 4 is going to give you 12. Square root 12, and if you simplify that, you're going to get 2 square root 3, because you can factor out the 4. Square root of 4 is 2. So you're going to plus or minus the 2 square root 3 from that one. And then our vertices, so our vertices are going to be are going to be up and down from our center, because it's going to open, that's where our major axis is going to be. Let's go ahead and write our major and minor axis. So our major axis is going to be the x equals, it's the vertical line that goes through the center, and it's going to be x equals that x coordinate 3. And our minor axis is going to be the smaller one, which is actually side to side, and that's a y equals line. It is horizontal at -2, because that's the coordinates for the center. So our vertices, we're going to add and subtract. For the vertices, for the major ones, you're going to add and subtract 4 from the y coordinate. So it'll be 3, and then subtract 4 first, we'll get -6, and then add 4 for the other one, and we will get 3, 2, +2. And then for the covertices, we're going to square root what's underneath the x, and then add and subtract that from the x coordinate of the center. So square root 4, and you get 2. If you subtract 2, I guess we'll do that first. You'll get 1, -2. And then for the second one, if you add it, you'll get 5, -2. Okay? So with all that information, we can go graph this thing. And you can graph it straight from the equation if you see these things, but it'll make it a little bit easier if you use these features. And really, for my graphs, they're not going to be super detailed, but I'm going to find the center. I'm going to graph the center. The center is going to be at 3, -2, so over 3, down 2, there's my center. Maybe I should graph it in red. So it's at 3, -2, and then my vertices, so my vertices are 3, -6, and 3, 2. So 3, -6 is going to be down 4 from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's going to be up 1, 2, 3, 4 from here. And that puts me at my other vertice, which is 3, 2. And then my co-vertices, my shorter sides, are going to be 1, -2 down here. And the other one's at 5, -2. And again, you guys can laugh as I try to draw this ellipse. Pretty good so far? Not that bad. It's a nice potato. Alright, and then you can kind of draw on your major axis and your minor axis. And then the foci, I'm not going to attempt to draw on here, because that will not get well. Okay? So let's go down. We'll talk about the last thing that I want to talk about is thankfully not another equation where we have to complete the square. That would be awful. But what I do want to talk about is how you can find the equation given how you can find the equation if you're given the graph of an ellipse. So it's going to, first of all, in the standard form equation, write it in standard form. So you're going to set it equal to 1. We're going to have an x part. There's always a plus in between them for these ellipses. There's an x plus or minus something squared. You're going to have a y plus or minus something squared. And then you're also going to have the two a and b squareds underneath the denominators. So what you want to do is you want to find the center first. So this center is over 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4. So our x coordinate is positive 1. So we're going to do minus 1. Make sure you change your signs. And then our y coordinate is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to change that to minus 4 also. Okay. And then for the bottom, see this one, and it's pretty close. The major axis is actually the y-axis, or the y-axis through here, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The half the distance for that one is 5, and then half the distance for the tall ways is 4. So that means that the larger number for this one is going to go up underneath the x, but you can tell that because however far you go side to side, you want to square that. You want to take half of that, I guess. Technically it's 10 across. You want to half that and square it, which would give you 25. And then you're going to take the other one. So this distance right here is 4, and you're going to half that and square it, and it will give you 16. Well, don't take half of 4. The whole distance across is 8. Half that is 4, and square it. Then you'll get 16 to go up. And that's all you have to do to find the equation for the ellipse. So you got to find your center, find the 2 points for your center, and then figure out how far you go left and right. That will go under your x, and how far you go up and down. Take half of that and square it, and put those in your denominator. Okay, I hope this helps. Your problems that are from the book are listed on LMS and on RimWeb, and please let me know if you have any questions.